Welcome to the Cow Corporation's series of videos about software engineering. The topic of this video is looping over an STL collection. Before proceeding, make sure that you have already watched these other videos first. A for loop is often used for indexing over some STL collection. Traditionally, this required manually manipulating an STL iterator variable. In modern C++ code, range indexing uses this new syntax to do STL iteration automatically without needing to program your own manipulation of an iterator variable. When programming range indexing, there are three different ways the collection's items can be accessed. During each loop step, the item could be copied into a new index variable. This was the approach taken in the previous example. Or the loop could reference items without copying, iterating with in-place modification of those items. Or the loop could reference items but enforce read-only iteration. Let's discuss further each of these three options. In our first example, we specified the index variable as a simple type, such as this iItem variable having data type int. So each collection item, one at a time, will get copied into that index variable. Each step through the iteration, that step's collection item will overwrite the index variable, overwriting the previous step's value. Within your loop's statement block, you might write code that modifies this iItem index variable, but any such change would be short-lived, only lasting until the end of that step and not affecting data that's contained within the collection. Of course, the iItem index variable will go out of scope after the loop is done. If you want to modify the collection items at the same time as you're iterating through them, then use a reference type as the index variable. You are allowed to use the auto type shortcut when specifying the index variable's type. To make it clear whether you want that type to be int, like our first example, or reference to int, like the second example, then write your type shortcut as either auto or auto ampersand. The third approach is to use a constant reference to enforce read-only iteration. Although range indexing was invented to facilitate STL collections, you can also use range indexing syntax for a plain C array.